Alright, this is going to be a very cut and dry video, nothing fancy. I'm just going to show you how to use the basics of TCG1. So first step we're going to do is we are going to register a new account. You're of course going to put in your email, whatever password you want to make, etc., and then you're going to continue. Obviously you're going to have to validate your email address. After that, once you've done that, we'll go to the next step. Okay, so once we put in our login information, this is the dashboard. It looks like a lot. It gets easier once you go along. Essentially what's happening here is you're going to see the games that are open for play right here. As we can see, we've got a base Neo, a base Fossil, and then there's different modes. Career mode, you can play that and unlock new cards. It's kind of like a campaign or something in a video game. Quick play, you have access to all the cards you want off the bat. I would recommend starting there. So let's get into our first deck. So we're going to go to Quickplay Decks. Now, if you're loading this up for the first time, you're not going to have anything. So we have a couple of options here of how to get started. So we can make a new deck from scratch if we wanted to. We could find some random decks, or we could import something. I'm going to recommend for your first deck that you're going to import it. Now, I'm going to leave a list below in the description. I want you to highlight all of that, and then you're going to come to your deck import, and we're going to select base Fossil because that's the deck list. If you're doing a different format, you're of course welcome to do that as well. And then you're just going to drag and drop or paste your list into here. So once you've imported all that, you'll see the cards here. We're going to click parse and make sure everything comes across all right. We've got 60 out of 60 cards, so we're good to go. We're going to click import. Now once we're in here, we're in the deck builder. I know this looks a little arcane, but it's not that crazy once you get used to it. Over here is the cards in our actual deck. Here are the cards we can add. Because we're playing in quick play, we have access to all of them. So if you click on something and press green, it'll go over here. Obviously we don't want Mewtwo in this deck, so we're going to click red and send it back. As of right now, we're going to just leave it with the 60 here. So this is a Wigmar deck. It gets that name from Wigglytuff and Magmar as our main attackers. And we also have Dodrio to cycle between them. So as right now, we're just going to name this Wigmar. And then we're going to click Save. Now here you can put in a deck description. You don't need to do this. If you find it helpful, be my guest. But we're going to click Save Deck. Now we've got our first deck, or in my case, the 50th. So it pops up. We have access to this now. So now we're going to go back to the lobby. Now some more interesting things you can do in the lobby. All this stuff is career mode stuff. I would ignore this for now until you get more experience with the format. You can also talk to people here. If you have some friends you're trying to add, you can click on players. These are my friends. As of right now, you may not have any if you're just starting TCG1. That's fine. But we could go to the lobby. And if there's somebody we know that we're trying to link up with or battle against often, we can go to them and we can, for instance, right-click on somebody and we can send them a challenge. We can add as a friend. You can even block people if you want to. As of right now, I'm just going to click Add Friend. You can also send people challenges. That's easier maybe to do from your friends list, but once again, you right-click and then you can send a challenge. Now, if we just want to get into a game, as of right now, there's nothing open, so we're going to try to open a game, play our first game here on TCG1. So we're going to click New Game. We're going to play in Quick Play, because that's the format we've made our deck for. And then we're going to select that deck that we just imported. If you just started, this is going to be the only deck you have. And then we're going to create game. Now, as you can see, our game pops up here in the list. Now we're just going to wait for somebody to join our game, or maybe join another game. Okay, so we are into our first game. Window's pretty simple. This is our play field where opponents' Pokemon go. Our Pokemon, we're going to click continue to start the game. Now you do have time limits on things. I'm just going to click Magmar to start since I have to. That's where our Pokemon is going to show up. Opponent's Pokemon. There's also a coin flip to start the game. We happen to get to go first. One thing I would recommend doing, especially if you're starting off, if you want to see coin flips, that's fine. But you can click on the wrench icon and skip coin flip animations. You can also hide the chat if you want to. Not super necessary. If you're also curious who's watching your game, it'll pop up in here as well. So first thing we need to do is we need to attach an attack. So we just click on the card, attach it and then we are going to pick from our attacks. We're obviously not going to retreat or end our turn, and we're just going to smoke screen. Other things in the UI you can use this to concede the game. You can use this to file a bug report, and I'll show you how some of this game works. Okay, they've scooped up their Growlithe. This is looking like an Arcanine deck, so they're going to attack, and we are now smoke screened. So we're just going to attach, and then we're going to use our second attack. So we, of course, failed. Now what it's not showing us is the coin flip animation. As you can see, it's going to be in our log over here. You can also talk to people in this chat as well. Notice we've also got a viewer now as well. We don't have much else to set up, and I don't want to oak this stuff away, so I'm going to risk another smog. And we did get the poison. That icon means poison, so they will take 10 damage between each turn. Okay, opponent computer search, you get a Dodrio so they can free retreat out of poison. Makes sense. Now our status conditions aren't going to be so good. We do have our own Dodrio, which is great, or Doduo. We're probably going to die next turn. I think it's worth going for the smoke screen. If they fail it, that's fantastic, but we'll see what happens. You want to have at least one extra basic, especially when your Pokemon's about to die. Okay, they landed the heads, killed us. I think here we unfortunately have to oak, so we're going to lose our Wigglytuffs, which is horrible. We have one Wigglytuff left. Not going great for us. We're going to oak. There's some Jigglypuffs. I guess we just Fury Attack. Skip the coin flips. As you can see, we did 20 damage, which is fantastic. Opponent's tearing through their deck. Probably going to kill us with this last. Ooh, Item Finder's fantastic. We can find Oak. And then we'll discard cards from there. Grab our Oak. You can also check your discard pile by clicking on it to see what's in there. Kind of helpful. Something to know about, as well as opponents. Okay, we got lots of good stuff. We could kill this Magmar. We could get a Wigglytuff and put it to sleep. I don't hate that. We do have a single Wigglytuff left. Do I want to use it here? Probably not. Let's retreat and take knockout. We should have got the Dodrio in retrospect, but c'est la vie. And we got knockout. Okay, they're getting the Arcanine set up. We're going to want to set up a Wiggly. Flames of Rage. Discard. Okay, so it could do quite a bit of damage if they have it. I think we have to remove just to make sure it doesn't kill us. And then we're free to Wigglytuff next turn. We missed both of our coin flips. And now we can kind of go ham. And we can kill this with a PlusPower. You can click on the card to see more of the information. Notice that has 70 HP and our Wigglytuff can take care of that. So we'll go ahead and retreat, PlusPower. And I want to keep this Gust because we can snipe something. So we won't use the Oak yet. So might actually win this one. We need to find another PlusPower for this Dodrio. That could get pretty nasty. Okay. No double Dodrio. Could retreat for one and do big damage. I don't think we do that yet. Let's do the wave. Okay, we got through. Take a look at our opponent's discard. A lot of times decks only run about 16 energy is about the magic number. They haven't run through too many, so they're doing a pretty good job so far. Okay, so they retreated. I would love PlusPower here. I think I will... I want to chip with something. Because this Dodrio, if I just punch it, can hit me with Rage and kill me on the crackback. Can't retreat very efficiently. I can Gust and kill the Growlithe. I don't hate that. Or the Magmar, actually. Let's do that instead. Okay, down to 2 Mons. We got 3 prizes left. Okay, they're willing to chip us. I think we go in with Magmar to do some chip damage. We've got plenty of extra energy. I don't want them to be able to Rage and murder us. The next turn we retreat and do the wave for lethal. I want them to dedicate some more energy to this real quick. Okay, so now we retreat, we take knockout. Don't even have to use the super removal. And they got 1 Mon left. These are our prizes right here if I didn't mention it earlier. Okay, the computer searching. They are losing an item finder and a lass. Probably looking for an Oak would be my guess, because they lose here without another basic on their bench. We've got the Energy. Hopefully they don't have another removal. Okay, they're Oaking again. Notice they only have 8 cards in deck by the count. They still have to get 5 prizes, so kind of curious what they're going to do here. Maybe going for another removal off of the item finder would be my guess. Yep. There it is. Okay, we can't really retreat efficiently. We can go into Magmar. How many DCEs do we have left? Got 2. So we put to sleep and see what happens. Okay, they're still asleep. Showing the status right there. That's not quite it. We can put them to sleep again. We don't need more Jigglypuffs, as we only have 1 Wiggly, if you recall. Okay, woke up. Next turn we can do the wave. Unless they've got something crazy for us. Maybe I should have just gone into the Magmar, but this is more definite doing the wave here. I think I like that. The PlusPower. And then we'll try to... Yeah. Do not have it. Okay. Alright, let's try. Missed. Okay. We've got a PlusPower for next turn. We can retreat and then clean up. Okay. And now they don't have much left. Okay. Take that off the Arcanine. Don't want to deal with that. And we'll do the wave and see what they can do about it. I mean, yeah, they can just keep retreating, I guess. They might try to stall us out here, I'm not sure, but we've got the last to shuffle stuff back in. Oh, or we just get the Gust. And do the wave. Game. Once your game's ended, usually tell your opponent GG. In this case, maybe not. And then we just go to exit game, or you could even rematch the opponent. But that's the basics of TCG1. Keep grinding it out. If you need help, reach out to me on Discord, or you can join the Discord down below. Hope to see you around playing some Pokemon.